We're chillin'! We're chillin' with Rick. He's gonna get to the story quick. Yeah, we're chillin'. Yes, we're chillin' with Rick. Chillin' with Rick, everybody. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the sponsors. Upscale Exotics, reptile-only specialty store that carries exotic reptiles looking for homes. They have snakes, lizards, geckos, turtles, chameleons, tarantulas, and more. It's a store of the creepy critters. With all the supplies, enclosures, and food, it's your one-stop shop, and they have knowledgeable staff located at 145 West Seneca Street in Sherrill, 315-367-5002. Games People Play, formerly Mind Games. It's a game store with so much more. They've been in business for 28 years. They have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, or Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and also sports cards. They also have retro video games and board games. Weekly events held in-store and a knowledgeable staff located at 114 Madison Street in Oneida, 315-363-2448. Whitestown Automotive, quality repairs at a good price, just up the Thruway Bridge in Westmoreland. Boogie Dad's Music, working on producing and distributing music on all platforms, and great royalty kickbacks for all performers. Oneida Carpets. Oneida Carpets, family owned and operated by Scott and Lynn White. They're both installers. They install carpet, laminate, vinyl, luxury vinyl, plank flooring, and ceramic tile. All of your flooring needs in one store. They're located at 174 Madison Street in Oneida, 315-361-9800. Big Girl Stump Removal. Do you have a stump that needs to be removed? I'm talking about a tree stump. Then call up Big Earl. He's a great guy with very fair prices, and he'll grind the stump right down to the roots. Give him a call at 315-363-5217. Papa Top. That place out there is just like Florida. It's a tropical paradise out there on that big old deck. They have obviously the outdoor deck, Adirondack chairs, picnic tables, bar stools. Grab some friends and go listen to some live music at Papa Top. Frog's Bar. Outdoor bar, picnic tables, Adirondack chairs, 2 fire pits for when fall comes. The owner, Mary, is phenomenal. She's a friend of mine. She wears the chillin' zip up proudly. And there's live music there all summer. Oneida Calet Civic Center. Upcoming events include NU Wrestling on May 27th. I'll be at that. Absolute Adele, an Adele tribute show, coming October 22nd at 3 p.m. Get your tickets for that, oneidacalet.com. Also coming on Saturday, February 24th, 2024, is Appetite for Voltage, a Guns N' Roses AC/DC tribute band. Get your tickets at oneidacalet.com. All right, on to my next guest.
Oh, God.
This
All
is
right.
it. This is it.
I need alcohol.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chillin' with Rick. How's everybody doing? I got with me today, he's in the band Showtime. He's known as the other guy.
The other guy.
So he says, the other guy. Miguel Tempo, a.k.a. Mike Sales. How are you, brother?
How are you?
I'm good, man.
Oh, man.
He's
I finally made it to Chillin' with Rick.
It's all downhill from here,
That's
brother.
it, how that works. Fair enough.
We're gonna make this, man.
I'll
give
do
me
my
a little
best.
bit of time.
I'll just look there and
No, don't pay attention to that. 3 people watch this show literally, so you're good, man.
We're doing good. Cool. Smooth it out.
That's right. It used to be 4, but 1 left.
Oh.
I'm just trying to make you feel comfortable.
I like it.
He's not a big fan of talking about himself. He made that clear. So we're gonna get through this. Usa.
It was
We're good.
Exactly.
So you're known as Miguel Tempo on Facebook. I want to know how that name came about.
Well, So the Miguel is just everybody has mic. There's so many mics.
Yeah. That's true.
So I just decided I wanted to I wanted to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I decided to just go with Miguel.
Yeah.
Plus some other people call me that that are in the family side of things. So
Yeah.
it kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
Which I like. And when I first started with Simple Preps back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
When I first set up the Facebook page, I created my name as Miguel Props,
Yeah. Okay.
just to keep it kind of goes along with.
I'm waiting for Miguel Showtime now.
Yeah. Well, that's how this worked, because I had Lenny Milano responded back to me one day after I joined Showtime, and he goes, "Well, when's it gonna be Miguel time?" He goes, "You can't use Miguel time. That's not gonna be great." So I thought to myself, how is this gonna work? So I went and looked up being Lenny. I went up and said, what's time in Italian? And it came up Tempo.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So
Yeah.
I said, I'll just change myself to Miguel Tempo.
Yeah.
He thought that was freaking hysterical. So it's stuck, and that's the way it's been since then.
So the funny story about that.
Thanks, Lenny.
Thanks, Lenny. I don't really know him. I'm sure he'll watch if you know him.
Oh, yeah.
So that night, it was April 22nd, was Quinn's last show.
Yeah.
I talked to you, asked you to do my show. You were more than happy to do it then.
Absolutely. I'm here.
And I'm going, and I got home, I got to look up Mike Sales. Nothing. I said, well, that ain't him. I go, let's try Michael Sales. That ain't him. And I don't know how I found it. Probably one of the guys from Showtime, either Justin or Jose,
Yeah.
and it's Miguel Tempo. And I had to look at the picture. I go, I think that's him.
Sorry.
I had just talked to you like an hour
I know.
before. He's like, yeah, that's him.
I don't know. I guess it just comes down to it's a alter ego
Yeah.
/ privacy / keep it on the down low kind of plan.
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah. And I don't mind if as people learn as I go along, but I've always just since I work in the IT world.
Yeah.
I've always been very cautious about putting social media. So
I get that.
I just like being Miguel Tempo, and it
Yeah.
gives me that ability to be somebody else.
Yeah. I dig that story, man.
Thank you.
I get it. So I like to start from the beginning on my show. And
Oh, God.
the guys from the Good Band and the Ugly make fun of me on every episode of this. They'll say, where were you born and raised, social security number, favorite color, and go.
Okay.
Fuck you, Mike DeLeo.
Wow.
So I just want to know where you're born and raised.
Yeah, I was born in New Hartford.
Yeah.
In Utica. In a long time back in the best time of the year, 1969.
All right.
Gotta love
Summer
that.
of 69.
The best year. Best year.
I'm a 76. I'm not that far behind you, brother.
No, not that far behind. Yeah, I knew 69. Do not do the math. Because you're going to go past 50.
I did the math.
Good God.
Yeah. Hey, you got your hair.
Yeah. Well, I've got my hair from my neck up. So, but yeah, born in like I think it was like Faxton Hospital at that time.
Yeah.
There was a Faxton then.
Okay.
Other than that, I moved around a lot. My parents, moved around. I ended up, going to Syracuse area, and then in my after high school, went into the Air Force.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, served 6 years, and then I came back and in and out of bands in my teens, and some bands in the service.
Mm.
And when I came back out of that, I was doing some work, and I met up with the bass player. Back then was Bill the Cat.
Okay.
So I was the singer in Bill the Cat, when, oh my God, that was like 92, 93, or was it before that? Yeah, something like that.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
How much of a party animal were you?
Our first, I've never been much of one. I gotta be honest.
I could see that.
Yeah. What was that? There was a bar. Our first gig was a bar in Utica. It was that green house that was like right off the back of Genesee Street on the curve. It was like a one lane that came right around the corner, and it was like, it's like right up the road from like Tiny's. I can't remember the name of the bar.
I don't know, man.
Behind like all the banks on Genesee Street.
We'll call it Z's place.
We'll call it Z's. Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Z.
Yeah, shout out to Z. So yeah, that was our first show there, and we played a lot, and we played up until until I was 22, 23.
Yeah.
I think we were like together for about 4 or 5 years.
Awesome.
And so that was up into my 20s.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Air Force thing real quick.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be talking about music, but that intrigued me.
Oh, okay.
Does that other people in your family join the Air Force or any kind of military, or is that something?
My father was in the Air Force military. I kind of followed him.
Yeah.
Into that realm for college money.
For college money.
College money. We needed funds.
Yeah.
One does need funds.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it was, I grew up around music all the time. But when I was in my teens and I graduated, I really didn't know what I wanted to do.
That's common.
It is. Yeah. So I went into the service as a challenge. It was a suggestion, but I was thinking, what else am I going to do?
Yeah.
So, and plus I just wanted to get away from home.
Yeah.
So I went in and served 2 years active and 4 years inactive out of Syracuse, the 174th.
Oh, okay.
So I was out there full time for the longest time.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much, doing. I played in some bands when I was in Arizona, in New Mexico, when I was out there. When I was 19.
Wow.
19.
You're living the life, man.
Doesn't roll off the tongue well. 19. God, I have to kind of remember what that was like.
I got them reminiscing.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a long time ago. Shit. So yeah, that was some, it was a short lived. But then I was in when we were I was still in when we had Desert Storm. So
okay, we
were activated, and I was shipped to Colorado to do some training there. I was supposed to go with my father to Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia, but they didn't want me and my father to go at the same time. When we were activated, so he was in theater, I was not. So, but I still was active duty during then. So,
yeah.
But that was it. That's my highlight of my Air Force days.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Now we'll go back to music. Like, what did you listen to growing up? Like, what tickled your fancy? Are you eclectic? Like, a little bit of everything, or?
Well. I guess I should have shut that off before. That's terrible. Well, I mean, obviously, just like all young people, I think a lot of our influences come from our parents and our peers who are around us.
Yeah.
And my father when he was in the Air Force was a big jazz. He was into jazz drummer.
Yeah.
So growing up, there was always music, and there was never a day there wasn't something playing on a stereo, on a record, CDs. There were CDs.
Always
then.
Music in the house. What's a CD?
8-track tape when I was 9. When I was 8, used to climb into the trucks and put the 8-track tapes in and listen to music then.
You're really dating yourself there,
I
Mike.
know. I know. But it was more. It was a lot of jazz, a lot of classic jazz, big band jazz, contemporary jazz, blues, progressive rock. So my father, huge Steely Dan fan, Weather Report, anything that was drum bass.
Yeah.
Because he was a drummer, so that
Yeah.
was rhythm section was big for him. So, and my mother was a vocalist and a singer, and she, she was the introduction to, all the female power singers at
Okay.
that time when I was in my teens. So, you're looking at, Barbara Streisand and Linda Ronstadt and all of those really big power,
Yeah.
hungry female singers that she could sing like.
Yeah.
And I kind of think back on it a lot. And we had like drum sets in all the houses. Everywhere we moved, we had to have a drum set. There was 2 or 3 of them. We had, we didn't have really guitars. My younger brother was a saxophone player. My older brother is still, I believe, is still drumming. And my mother was a cantor in all the churches. So her and my father sang together and as church and church choir and did all those kind of things. So
Yeah.
I kind of grew up with that. It was all, like I said, it was all drums, bass, and power singers.
Yeah.
So that's where I came from.
Awesome.
Then I went into the service, and I was singing on my own because I didn't really have an idea of what.
Phenomenal singer, by the way. You
Who?
are a phenomenal singer.
Oh,
Oh, he says. I know you don't like to hear it, but you are. Let's just face the facts.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I never really got into, it's weird because I've always been the odd guy out.
Yeah.
In any ever band or classic rock band or whatever band I've ever been in, I've always been the one that could sing, but I liked odd music. And Billy Carmen.
He's coming in the next couple weeks.
Is he?
Yeah.
Great bass player.
Yeah.
Great guy. Great friend.
He was
But he
scheduled to be here, but
Always picks on me.
he was scheduled to be here, but Tim decided to do a gig that night. So.
Oh, well, yeah. Leave it up to Tim.
Yeah.
It was always, I was always just, I never really grew up on classic rock. I never really listened to that. All my friends were listening to, Led Zeppelin, and I listened to it. It was on the radio.
Yeah.
But I never really paid much attention to it. I was always into a different style of music. When I was, which is odd, when I was 18, 19, I was into like new age music, which was like really weird. It wasn't vocally, it was melodic.
Okay.
It was, listening to melody.
Yeah.
But then I got into the Air Force, and I was in my room one day, and I'm just singing along, and the roommate, one of my room suite mates from across the hall was a drummer.
Okay.
And he heard me just being me, just singing around, just doing my stuff. And he goes, I like to listen to you. He goes, have you ever heard the band Queensryche? And I went, I have no idea who you're talking about. So he goes, I want you to listen to one song, and I want you to tell me if you like it. So he played London from Queensryche for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was hooked.
Yeah.
Instantly hooked to Jeff Tate.
Okay.
Which was just power vocals.
Yeah.
Right? Just
Yeah.
melodic power vocals. Just like, Journey and Queen and all these power vocalists. He was just blew me away with his range and his power. Being this little guy of like 5 foot, 5'5" or 5'6", this guy could just literally belt out these notes.
Yeah. You gotta watch out for the little guys, man.
Oh man, yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny because I kind of get the exact opposite because I'm 6'5", 260.
Yeah.
And people will look at me funny. And they go, what? Well, where is that coming from? And then you get the ball jokes. I am a man.
I am a man. He is a shy man.
I am a shy man. But those were the influences when I got into my early teen or my late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
So I started getting into, a lot more of those power singers that weren't like influenced from my parents, from my mother, and those kind of things. But I was always into like power singers anyway. So when I heard Jeff Tate, I was like, this guy's crazy. And I stuck with him for the longest time. Still a big fan. I'd love to go see him live. But then I found I came home from the service, and my younger brothers. I have one younger brother who's 5 years younger than me, and another younger brother who's 13 years younger than me.
Wow.
So I was the middle for the longest time, but then my next youngest brother, I came home one day when I had gotten out of the service, and we're a big musical family, so we to this day we constantly send new songs, different styles of songs, trip hop. The only thing we don't play is country. Sorry. Never been a big country fan, but it was always all gamuts of styles of music, and my brother, he goes, you have to hear this song. So he plays me a song, Louder Than Love, from Soundgarden.
Okay.
And that was the second time I was influenced by a vocalist, Chris Cornell, which again blew me away. I went from Jeff Tate being that power operatic 80s vocalist to a Chris Cornell who was just sure, like, man, just the tone and the feel and the melodies and the way he wrote. He was like one of the first influencers on me for writing style.
Okay.
I love the way he writes music. I love his lyrics. I love his melodies. I love the way he puts music together.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. Wish he was still here with us. But that was my next iteration, and then he played Jane's Addiction for me, which was Pigs and Zen, and I lost it there too. I went, all right, this is the music for me. So I started getting into, alternative, progressive rock, and I would listen to even back in the day, we listened to Genesis. That was like, I didn't get into Yes, I didn't get into Genesis, I didn't get into any of that.
Wow.
I didn't get into any of that until later, when I had a friend of mine who was a bass player, and he played me Foxtrot from Genesis. He said, if you, and he's like, you got to listen to this song, and he would play Genesis for me, and we would do Squonk, and then I just enjoyed, and I got back into it. So I kind of didn't get into that music, really progressive rock, until later in my life, where I could really appreciate it, right?
Yes.
I think when I was younger, I would have just listened to that stuff and really not appreciated it,
Yeah.
But that was it, pretty much. I mean, and then I was just in and out of bands here and there, and trying to get a foothold in what I do.
Yeah. It was very well explained, Mike.
Oh, sorry.
No,
that
don't. That's what I'm looking for.
That's what I'm.
What are you apologizing for?
Sorry.
I told you a message. I go, when I ask you something, take the high road. Take the long road.
Yeah.
Explain.
Yeah. Sorry.
That was very detailed. I appreciate that.
Oh.
You did well, man. Oh, it ain't over yet. Oh, damn. We can't cut it yet, Justin.
Damn, cut. Go. Over.
You're trying to get Justin to kill me. I love you, Justin. I love you, Jose. What's up, boys? This is a task.
Hi, team.
Team. That's even better. Hi, team.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about simple props. It's just a simple prop, man.
That's where we got it from. That's where we got it from.
How did that band start, and when did it start?
Sorry, I'm dying.
Yeah.
I'm choking on H2O. Well, again, it was like I was in a flux in some parts of my life in the like early '90s. So I kind of moved. It was I kind of got out of the service, and I was kind of finding my foothold through life, and I moved to Chittenango. I was living there, but I was working in Syracuse at a computer store. Actually, if you want to hear a really weird story,
I do.
it's about Oneida, by the way.
Oh, God.
All you Oneida people, relax.
Tread lightly. You
Tread
will
lightly.
get stabbed.
So I was I got out of the service, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I was I hadn't gone back to school yet, so I was like I hadn't started college, so I was just kind of working full time out at the 174th as a doing my work that I was in the service for, and there was kind of like a tragedy in my life that I had for a while that I was working through. So I was kind of lost soul for a little while, for a couple of years.
Been there, done that, man.
Yeah, I think everybody does go through that.
Yep.
So I decided after a few bad decisions that I needed to make a change, because the path I was going down was not the way I wanted to go. So I started this. I started looking for jobs. Any jobs I could. I didn't care what it was.
Yeah.
I just needed to change my life, and that's what they tell
The
you.
boy
If you're
wanted to
going-
work.
I just wanted to get out. I wanted to see different things. I needed to make a life change. So I took any job I possibly could just to get out of where I was and start something new. And those pyramid schemes.
Oh, yes.
That that we all fall for sometimes.
I almost invested in one of them.
Right, yeah.
Almost.
Those wonderful pyramid schemes. It was like it still happens today. They go to your place of business, they drop off all those toys and books and stuff, and you if you are interested in something, you pay a check for it, whatever. You know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
do.
So I was just selling. I just wanted to make some money and do something. So where did they put me to start walking around neighborhoods?
Yeah.
Oneida. Yep. So I started, and then I would park way up on Main. What is it? Right up on
Route 5.
Route
Yep.
5. And then I would walk. Is this Broad Street? Right here.
Yes.
Next
Well,
one.
actually, Broad was right here.
Right here.
Lennox Ave's over
Lennox
here.
So I was walking, and I would go to all the businesses, and I would do my little spiel, and I would and then I'm coming up right over here on Main Street, across from the Elks. Is it the Elks?
Yep.
So I'm walking in that little section there.
Yeah.
And I see this computer store. It was Syracuse Computer Store of Oneida, and this was in 1991. And I walked in and I did my little spiel. And the guy gave me a massive attitude. And being from the service, I was always being taught to be respectful. So,
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
Yes, sir, no,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
That's how it works for us. So I was getting a little miffed. Because this guy was just giving me an attitude. Why are you here? Why are you I don't want this crap. He would give me an attitude. So I looked at him and I said, well, thank you, sir. I don't need, I'm selling books, for God's sakes. I really particularly don't need the attitude. but thank you so much for listening to me, and I will leave your store.
There you go.
So I turned around and I walked out.
Yeah.
Well, I get about 14 feet down the street, and I hear this voice, hey you, or hey. And I turn around and there's this guy. He's following me.
Yeah.
And
they're coming after you again,
it's
Mike.
not for me.
Let's just pause for a second.
Oh boy.
You gotta love the outside.
That's right. That's why we do this.
That's right.
So he chases me down and he's like, he goes, "What's your name?" And I tell him, "Mike Sales." And he goes, "How do you spell that?" And I go, "Sales." And he starts laughing. He starts cracking up. And he looks at me and he goes, Your last name is Sales and you're selling books?"
I get it.
I said, "Yeah, that's what." He goes, "Have you ever sold computers?" And I said, "No." So that was a Friday afternoon at 12 o'clock. He called me on Monday morning and I started working right here
Yeah.
at Syracuse Computer Store.
I was 15.
Right there.
Right there.
I was building and selling computers right there.
Yeah.
So I had stopped over to a friend's, so that was the beginning of a whole new career for me.
Yeah.
So I was a little happy, and that's why I ran into a friend of mine. I was just kind of playing around with guitar, and I grew up with his girlfriend at that time,
Yeah.
and who's soon to be his wife.
Yeah.
And I was
That's why my show was real.
not made up.
That's not made up.
You can't make this up. So
My apologies.
he was listening to me play guitar and sing. I think it was like the Black Crowes or something.
Okay.
And he goes, "Yeah, you sound really good. We're putting a band together." And he goes, "Would you meet us at blank, blank, blank at this time? Come down and just jam with us and see what it would sound like." And I said, "Sure." So and that was like the first major band that around this area that I got with, and that was with Jeff Morgan, who is now with what's the new band he was with, but they were already started with Bill the Cat, so I started playing with them, and I played with them for about 5 years. And then I went into a signed band out of Massachusetts for a while. We had like a record label, and we drove all over the place. And then in 2000, we had broken up between that time. And then in 2000, Jeff called me back. Yeah, after he went his way, I went mine, and we were apart for a while. And he said, "Hey, I'm putting together another project." And this was like just at the end of 1999, January 99, beginning of 2000. And he said, come over to this guy's house named Barney. Barney Vanderwood.
I thought we were gonna die when we
Yeah.
got into 2000.
Yeah, so I know, right?
Y2K and all that shit.
Y2K, yeah. So we met there. It was a friend of ours. His name is Joe. He was the drummer. Barney, guitar player. Myself, just singer. And Jeff from the original Bill the Cat
Yeah.
was playing bass. So we were trying to put together, and at that time in 2000, that was coming out of the grunge era. Everyone was still playing Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and all of that grunge, progressive, alternative rock stuff.
Yeah.
So which we were really good at because in Bill the Cat, Bill, who was our guitar player, he has a really great voice, and so we would sing really well together. We would harmonize well. So I got into with Bill the Cat, and I got into Simple Props, and we started doing that kind of music, that genre.
Yeah.
But we thought to it a little bit different, and we said we wanted to do something a bit different. We didn't want to do a whole band. We actually started out as an acoustic band, but as a full full band, but just acoustic guitars.
Okay.
So we wanted to be like, our main goal was to, because we enjoyed at that time, the MTV's Unplugged was big.
Yep. Yes.
So all of these bands were going on MTV Unplugged.
Yeah.
And they were doing all the same songs, just doing it acoustically, especially the huge one with Nirvana.
Yes.
When they did that. So our goal was to say, okay, well, let's try to do all that music. Let's just do it an unplugged version of it. You know, have the full band, and let's do that. Because we didn't want to be too loud, because we're old. We didn't want to. This was back in 2000. We didn't want to be too loud, but we wanted to attract people.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to be too loud and too offensive, and be, you know, because we've done that before.
You didn't want to be them guys.
Yeah, we didn't want to be
gotcha.
those guys.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be, you know, we wanted to be that alternative rock band that people could come listen to and hear, kind of that happy medium between you know, an acoustic band, a full band with an acoustic or standard, you know, solo artist.
Yeah.
You know? So we did that for the first 5 or 6 years, 7 years. We were all just acoustics.
Yeah.
And then we started taking it on from there. We just started adding more electric, and it just got rolling more, and that lasted until last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we were together 22.
Trying to be Showtime, man.
22 years, yeah. Well, yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very hard to find. We did have some, you know, lineup changes here and there. Billy Carmi was the bass player that we brought in, and we had some changes on drums. But in general, Barney and I were the long-standing members that just kept it going.
Yep.
And then when we brought Bill in, he's just a consummate artist and musician and killer person as a whole. So when he was with us for 5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years.
It's like Justin, Jose, and Joe. They're the
Right.
constant three.
Absolutely.
And the other
Yeah,
ones, you know,
right.
they had a lot of changes.
Yeah. They were. Yep. They're the solid. They're the three amigos.
Yes, they
Three
are.
amigos. Justin and Jose B.
Jose B. Then they had Ryan Quinn. You know,
Yeah.
my boy Ryan. Had lunch with him yesterday. He's a wonderful human being.
Shout out to Ryan.
Shout out to Quinn.
Yeah.
Quinny the Pooh.
Quinny the Pooh. I didn't say it.
I had him swearing yesterday.
Wow.
He just started swearing. I was like, calm down. Because I always look at Quinn as like a little 12-year-old kid where you got a pat on the head. Because he's so innocent.
I know.
Like, yesterday he's like, fuck that. And my buddy Scott DeCan was with us he's the lead singer of As If. And I just look at Scott and I go, look what you've done to him already. You've known this guy for 5 minutes. You already got him swearing.
You broke the man.
You broke him.
You broke him.
I thought he was this innocent man. Because when Quinn was out here last year, he set up his keyboards and everything, he sang, and I was busting his balls about not swearing. And after it was all said and done, and I was helping. I was being his roadie that day. He goes, you know, Rick, I really do swear. I just died laughing.
He just keeps it under control.
I was like, I know you do, Quinn.
God almighty. That's funny.
He just hit me laughing.
The best part about Showtime is that, well, I guess it's not really just Showtime. I mean, those guys we're I think it comes down to what being in this area for playing for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than knowing that even though you have all these musicians, they're talented and all everywhere.
We got a great group
From
in Central New
Syracuse,
York.
Utica, Frankfurt, Ilion, Oneida, in Sylvan Beach and in Camden, and this whole area.
Yes.
And they all are one. I guess I can possibly say that is they all act as one solid group.
Yep.
We all know each other. We all respect each other. We all
True or not, we're all a brotherhood.
100%.
Yep.
And we go see them. You know, they used to come see us.
Yep.
Guys from Last Left, and we go to Showtime and Simple Preps, and Tim and Gridley Page and all of those guys, and I mean, and they get the Lenny Milanos, the legacy,
Don't move, man.
the legacy guys who are still play with us today. And you know what kind of blew me away was we went and played the Cel Alberico. It was like the benefit for the music that was in that I think we played it. It was in Utica at the golf course at Twin Ponds.
Okay. I know Justin knows where that is. He's a big golfer.
Absolutely. And I've always considered myself not so much a musician as I never really do.
Right.
I don't know why. I just don't see myself. I see everybody else as. I just kind of do my thing and try to make all those musicians better.
Yeah.
That's just how I see myself. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and please don't, if I don't mention everybody's name, it's because my brain doesn't work. Don't be offended.
He's young.
Don't be offended. But I'm sitting there going through, you look all the guys from Classified, and Larry Desiato, and all that whole group, and then you have the the guys that were in Showtime before, Mike and Big Sexy, Sean and
Graziano was in there.
Graziano was there, and Lenny Milano's and it was there, and then you got all the guys from what was the other band, the horn section, and and in are coming these musicians that are in their 70s, and I'm just watching all of them greet each other, show respect, and they all know each other. And I'm sitting in the back saying, my God, I mean, all the amount of sheer talent.
Yes.
And if you don't stop and look at it and see it for what it truly is.
Absolutely.
Being part of it, I'm humbled to be allowed to be at least in just part of it as a whole.
Yeah.
Because I'm in awe of so many of them, and we
You feel like a starstruck kid a lot, don't you?
all the time.
See, I get it.
Yeah, all the time. Because I don't, like I said, I don't consider myself someone who is as talented as the guys that like Justin and Sean and Jose and Billy and the Lennys and the Joe Rossies and I could keep naming them off.
And the Tim Moyers.
And the Tim Moyers and the Ryans and I could, and the Milanos and the Albericos and I just, if
it goes on and on.
all and
It's
all
endless.
over. I just kind of plan on doing the best I can and not making a fool of myself.
He's a scared guy on stage who can sing really fucking good.
I just try to like.
Do you want me to toot your horn for you? Because I will.
No, don't do that. No, I'm terrible at it.
I know. I will do it for you.
As I said, it's like I don't consider myself I'm like the worst frontman ever.
You told me on the way back here.
Terrible.
I think you tried backing out of this 5 times on the way to my backyard.
No, I would have never backed out. I'm just trying to set the threshold. Like if you expect
We're
me
down
to
here, Rick.
yeah.
This is where we are.
If you expect me to be a Ryan and any of those guys just walk in and just like,
Ryan's shy too.
Yeah,
He just knows what to expect out of me.
yeah, probably.
Vulgar.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just very. I just try. I always say to myself, there's always someone better.
Yeah.
So you work hard and try to better every little step you take. And now I'm playing. Thanks, Joe. Straight. elbows down, hit
Yeah.
the congas.
Did you have to get a little lesson?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. It's actually nice because I'm actually doing more than one thing at a time
Yeah.
now. So I'm singing. I got the guitar over here. I got congas here. I've got my cowbell here. I'm dropping
More
sticks.
cowbell!
More cowbell. I'm dropping sticks. Everybody looks at me like, there it goes again. Just flying. So
It's not an easy gig to be in Showtime.
No,
It's not easy.
But you know what? The best part about Jose, Joe, Carl, and Justin, and Art, I'm not forgetting Art because he's right up there with us, is they're a talented group of guys, and they make you better at what you do.
Yes.
And if you don't step up to it, and you don't learn it, and you don't force it to happen, they're such great guys too.
Yep.
You know, they don't make you. They don't stand there and say you need to get better or you're fired.
Yeah.
They make you, just by being around them, make you want to do better.
Yes.
And be better at what you do.
Absolutely.
So I'm proud to have been asked and join this group of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
How'd you feel when that call came in? Jose called you, right?
Jose called me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly, it was a surprise,
Yeah.
and I did the pros and cons, Jose.
There was no cons. It was all pros.
Yeah, I don't know. There was. It was really hard for me,
Yeah.
especially going from making that decision, going from the props, working with great guys, and being in that band for over 20 years. It's a hard decision to make, but I hope I made the right one.
I think you did.
So that's how I feel.
Stick with them. You'll do fine.
I'm trying. I'm trying. So hopefully we can, again, like they make me better. I'm constantly practicing guitar and congas and listening to new songs and just doing the best I
I'm
can.
forever grateful for Justin. I've bent his ear I don't know how many times. Jose, just a little bit. Jose's sick of my shit. He's really not. But every time I ask him to do my show, it's instant yes. And
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that. Because
Well,
I'm just a guy out here just trying to make it, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
I want to put on
you
a
and
good
I
show.
both.
I just want to put on a good show. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Have some laughs. I'm hanging out with my buddies.
Yeah,
That's what this
absolutely.
is.
Absolutely.
That's all I want to do.
And it's
man.
good. It's good to talk it through and
Yeah.
and be around people that are great examples of good human beings and make us enjoy life.
Yeah. Anybody who sits there, I'm truly honored to have him there, man.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, so-
It's same back at you.
Hell yeah. You got invited here for a reason. I knew about you.
Scratch it.
I love the humble, man. I love it.
Yeah. It's a weird feeling.
What age did you pick up the guitar?
Well, I was playing guitar like on and off when I was like 13 or 14 and 15.
Yeah.
But I never really stuck with it too much because I had gone into the service and I had, I really didn't have much time. So, and I was always better at singing. I was always better vocally.
Yeah.
So I kind of focused on that.
Yeah.
And honestly, every band I was ever in, they're like, no, you just sing.
You just sang.
Like, just sing. Because that's what we want you to do. Just sing.
That's it.
And I was like, okay, I could play some guitar. No, just sing. I don't know why I took it.
I gotta get you to sing a bar or two out here, or I'm not gonna feel right.
God.
I tried to get him to do acoustic out here, 2 songs. He's shy.
Sorry.
It's all good, man.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry,
all good.
sorry. I'm not as good a guitar player as I stand on stage with Justin and these guys who guitar is an extension
When
of
you're
their,
standing on stage with them, I don't mean to interrupt you, I apologize.
No, that's okay.
Are you just like in awe?
I sing a song
Yeah.
and then I look over and I try to pay attention to what everybody else is doing.
Mhm.
and I stand there and I'm just, okay, I'm going to sing a song with this band.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird because Justin gets mad at me when I say it. He's like, no, you're a part of this band, damn it!
You are.
Which I am. But it's like, I think being able to be part of them and playing with Carl, I mean, I just turned because Carl's literally right behind me on stage all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a chance to turn around and see him doing some of the weirdest shit ever.
I've seen that in shows.
Oh my God. And he'll go, let's take that song and we'll go up a full step and we'll play it in a D flat. And I'm like, what? And he's able to do it all like in his brain so quickly.
Yes.
That I'm just amazed at how they can all just get it.
Yeah. What was the band Carl was in? What was it, 808 or
805.
805?
Yeah. 808.
Hey, 808, what's up?
606, 20.
It was before
Yeah.
my shit.
805. Yeah.
Nobody knew what Chilling with Brick was yet, so it's all good.
Yeah. No,
I started this out of a dream in 2019.
Wow.
And I have the outgoing personality for it, so I said, let's go.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? And you get to chat and talk and
I love
enjoy
it.
if you like music and you like having that camaraderie and being part of that.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
So
It's a wonderful thing that
you
I
do
do.
better. You do better than I would. I'd suck at it.
Listen here, young man. I'm tired of you selling yourself short out here. Justin, will you have a talk with this guy?
Yeah, he does all the time.
I believe it.
He does all the time.
I think me and Justin should both have a talk with you. I just stand there.
God. Sorry, Justin. I'm trying.
I hope we get him laughing. We're just trying to get him
my
laughing, that's
God.
all.
Doing the best I can.
Jose sits there like this a lot with
I
me,
know.
and he just... I forgot how I introduced him, but
he does that with me too. I've got him good though. I've got Jose a couple times now while playing. When I first started learning the songs, a couple, I'd come in too early, like one too early, and he'd like hold. I'd look at him over. He'd look at me and he'd go. Like, okay, I got it.
He didn't yell at you, did he?
No, he didn't yell.
He's a
like,
teacher. He's
like,
patient.
Yeah, he's great at that. And he's like, hold, we're not there yet. Okay. And I'd hold, and then he'd go like that, and we go into it. You know, that's the best part about working with these guys too is everybody's locked in on every visually. I'm watching Jose. Jose's watching Joe. Joe's watching everybody because Joe's a hawk. And
Even behind the sunglasses.
Oh my God, yeah. Joe is on top of everyone.
I've only had one conversation with him.
Oh, he is a rock.
Yeah.
But then, after I kind of, made a mistake one or two times of coming in too early, you figure it out. And so then what I would do is I would actually go up to the mic like I was gonna start, and Jose would go, no, and I would step back and go, not gonna happen. He'd get so mad at me.
Uh-oh.
Because I just feed into it.
Now you're becoming one of his students.
Yeah, now I'm like just teasing him now.
You know what'll drive him nuts?
He's like,
I think, what is it? Bro. He hates the word bro,
oh
I think.
my God.
Bro.
That's terrible.
Just look at him and be like, bro.
The whole-
might get a right
and the-
hook.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I think the whole band, do not say buddy. Do not use the buddy word around anyone in Showtime. Because they'll look at you and go, buddy, huh?
Yeah.
It's there's just non-verbals.
Yeah.
You just don't want to go there.
Hopefully I made Justin and Jose chuckle a bit or two. Yeah, I'm just trying to get them laughing.
Why
I
not?
do know Jose does not like the word bro.
Nope.
So it's just funny. So when you see him again, be like, bro. And like I said, you might get a right hook. I don't know.
Or he'll throw he usually throws the set list at me at the end of the night. I'll get pelted in the side of the head and I'll know it's Jose.
Did they give you a funny nickname yet?
No, I think I gave myself the funny nickname, and they've just kind of gone with it. But I mean, besides the vulgar ones,
Yeah. They're a bunch of vulgar guys, so I've heard.
oh my God,
I've never heard it.
It's, let me use a word that they are great at. Innuendo.
Innuendo.
They are the greatest innuendo band.
That you're honored to be a part
That
of.
I'm honored to be a part of.
That's right.
That's right.
Mike, you made it through it, man.
Ah,
I
thank
popped
you.
your chillin' cherry, man. Wow. How was that?
I need a drink.
Here you go. Chillin' with Rick.
This is vodka.
It's vodka. Straight.
I had to drink.
160 proof.
That's right.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Mike, this was an absolute joy, man. You did phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
you didn't even
appreciate
sing a note.
it.
You
Yeah.
see how it is?
I'm sorry.
It's all good, brother.
I would, but I don't know. It's
Yeah. No, you don't need to sing, man. You did good. I wanted to get to know you. I got to know you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me at Chillin'.
No problem, brother.
The garage wall that is Chillin' with Rick.
I'm pretty sure I just got made fun of.
No, not at all. I love the foliage.
Yes.
This is very nice.
Justin Googled it out here. This is a cigar tree.
This is a cigar tree.
Yep.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that seems appropriate.
Seems appropriate.
That's for those guys.
They have some weird, like, it looks like green beans growing out of them, and they look like
Yeah.
a cigar.
Yep.
Yeah, so-
Cigar tree. Yeah, those are the.
But it's very nice out here, man. It's
Yeah,
shady, and we got a
beautiful.
breeze.
Yeah.
I'll
love
look
it.
back on this in January and be like, man, I remember that day. It was nice and warm
Yeah,
out.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think we need to fix the door between the neighbors, though.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
we gotta
yeah.
get a little
Yeah.
woodwork going on.
This place was beat up when we bought it, man.
No,
So
I'm
much
sure.
money went into this.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. This looks like a fun place if I was a raccoon. It'd be fun to be just chilling out.
Got our garden over there.
Yeah, it looks nice. I
Hell
like it.
yeah, man.
Beautiful.
It's coming together real nice. Genesee Joe likes it out here.
Oh, this is wonderful. Are
You know
kidding?
Genesee Joe, do you?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I played with a lot of those guys. You know, the one thing I really enjoyed doing is playing with all the Sistis for doing the New York or the Central New York All Stars,
Yeah.
which was so much fun. You know, working with all those guys and putting together that Central, which we need to do again. CNY All Stars.
Yes.
Let's get them all back up again.
Z wants to do something to
Yeah,
get everybody
it would be
together.
it would be so much fun.
They can't come up with a place to do it. That's where it stopped.
Well, we gotta get oh, that's true, because
Yeah.
we would do it at we did it at the Stanley, but there's got to be a venue we could do
It's
it
got to be
at.
outdoors. Got to have a couple stages.
Yeah.
Because I was in that little planning committee for about 30 seconds.
Oh, were you? Yeah, I loved it. I loved working with it. I loved working. I mean, what did we do? We did it for 2 years, or did we 3 years?
Yeah.
I think it was 3 years.
Remember Rock of Ages?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So
I think we need to bring something like that back. What do you think?
absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Minds to be. Get that together. I'm not the minds to be.
Come on, Z. Come on, Z. You're the mind of this.
He's the king.
He's really good at that.
He is the king.
We got to get his PR skills going.
I am nothing compared to him. I'd be the court jester to him.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Yeah.
I like him. He's funny.
Mike Sales.
Thank
you
you.
did it, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats on chilling.
I'm
I
chilling
might
out.
have you back, and you might play a song.
I may have to. Yeah. Now that I've,
You see how relaxed it was?
now I feel comfortable.
Have
with
you been
my
interviewed
surroundings.
before? Have you been interviewed?
No, not really.
Not really?
Not really.
Ain't nobody gonna beat this. That's right, I said it. It was
right.
relaxed, so it's called chilling for a reason, man.
That's perfect.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Catch Mike Sales out at Showtime. They play about 400 nights a week, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they're a little bit busy.
And what we
He's the guy that sings perfectly, and he just likes to just sing perfectly and not be bothered.
Easy, settle down. Settle down.
Check out Showtime, guys. Mike Sales, thank you again, brother.
Appreciate it very much.
My little Miguel.
Yeah.